Hi, I'm Mike Poor, and I'd like to show you a scale model of the solar system that I've built on Johnston Street in Highland, Indiana. I'd like to start right here with the planet Pluto. When I say a model, I mean a drawing on an index card. That's what I've done for each of the planets. Here's Pluto. You can see it's about the size of a pebble, and we are 1 mile away from the sun, which is about the size of a pie plate, and it's a piece of paper posted on the fence in front of my house about a mile away at the other end of the street. Now, in real terms of the solar system, that's about 3.5 billion miles away. Here on Johnston Street, it's about a mile. We're going to take a drive about 1,227 feet, where the model of Pluto we're going to find taped to the curb, just a little ways down the street. Johnston Street's kind of it's a peaceful little place. Everybody's kind of getting ready for Halloween. Now, in terms of real distance, Neptune is about 1 billion miles in toward the sun from Pluto. For our model, it's not quite that far. Okay, now all the planets are drawn to scale, and the distances are to scale. So here you can see Neptune's quite a bit larger than Pluto. There it is compared to my thumbnail. And we've come about 2/10 of a mile. And we still have quite a ways to go down Johnston Street. Our next stop is going to be Uranus. It's about the same size as Neptune. And it's about 1,000 some odd feet down the street. Johnston Street itself, it may not be quite as interesting as the solar system, but it is an interesting place. We've got a couple of Guinness Book World Record contenders on this street. One of them, guy's name is Oscar Spock. Last year tried to set the official Guinness Book World Record for sitting up on his roof, and he sat up there for over 100 days. And his wife brought him food and everything. And the thing was, nobody ever really reported on it. It made the local paper, but other than that, no attention. And then he came down after about 100 days because he found out that somebody contacted Guinness and found out that there is no particular record for sitting up on your roof. So he came back down and went back to work. Here's Uranus, here along the bike trail. And it's on this little index card, duct taped to the curb. Not too far from Oscar Spock's house, as it turns out. I can't show you that because I'd probably get sued. Anyway, so there's Uranus. And we've still got quite a ways to go to the next gas giant planet, Saturn. And here we go, back down Johnston Street. Now Oscar didn't make it into the Guinness Book of World Records, but there's another woman, Tammy Vanderwood, who, well, there's no nice way to put it. One day, she had an enormous bowel movement, and Tammy called up the Guinness Book of World Records, and it turns out they do have an official record spot for that. So she and her husband drove that sucker up to New York in a Tupperware dish, and you can look it up. Tammy Vanderwood is the world record holder, the official world record holder for the largest human bowel movement. That's right here on Johnston Street. Just like Saturn, which, as you can see, is larger than Uranus and Neptune, and more than 1 billion miles further in from Uranus. Just a few thousand feet in terms of distance on Johnston Street. And now we're about to have a heavy traffic moment here on Johnston Street, and they're actually going to let me through. That's nice. Cool. Thanks, folks. Okay, the next stop will be the planet Jupiter. The planets start to get a little closer together as you go in toward the sun. The inner planets, you're going to be surprised to see how close together they are. Okay, and Jupiter is going to be just on the other side of Highway Avenue here. Jupiter's the largest of the planets in the solar system. See if I can accomplish this without getting run over. And here's Jupiter. Great red spot and all, looking very pretty here just on the other side of Highway Avenue. Okay, and you can't see it yet, but we're coming up to the end of Johnston Street and my house, and we've got 4 more planets to go. Our next stop is the planet Mars. Not quite as far along. By the way, an end note to the Oscar Spock story. They found out, or at least I heard, not long after, that he wasn't staying up there at night after all. His wife had made him a dummy out of like muslin cloth and cotton and old hats and sunglasses and stuff like that, and they were putting the dummy up there at night, and Oscar was coming in and sleeping in his own bed. But like I said, they don't have a world record for sitting up on your roof anyway. Here we are getting a lot closer to my house, and here's the card for the planet Mars. Now these inner planets are really just specks. I'm going to put my thumb down there so you can get some idea. Mars is it's larger than Pluto, but you can tell these inner planets, these rocky planets, are much smaller. We're not even going to get back in the car for these last few planets. The next planet up is our own Earth and Moon system. There's Earth, and I drew the Moon down here. These are all to scale, the distances between them and the sizes of the planets. And here's Venus. It's just about the size of Earth. It's our closest neighbor in space. There's Venus. These are a lot smaller than the gas giants, aren't they? And a lot closer together. I don't know if you can see up on the fence over there, there's a big round white circle, and that's the sun. Of course, before we get to the sun, we've got one more planet here, Mercury. Very close to the sun and getting all baked and cratered. And here's Mercury. And just about 50 steps away, we have the sun, which, as you can see, is about the size of an extremely large pie plate, hanging on my fence here. And we've come a mile since Pluto, down at the other end of Johnston Street, the size of a pebble. That ought to give you some idea of how big the solar system is and how much empty space it contains, and Johnston Street and some of the people it contains. All right, I need to cut this grass.